Alex, a 1-1 draw in the end, a late goal from John Sutton. How important was it to get that equaliser?
Listen, it's vital. We have a long-standing record here. I don't want to be the one who loses that, but I'm aware how difficult it is. I'm really pleased the big man stepped up at the vital moment and got the equaliser. But I think it's fair to say we were second best all over for the first 30 minutes. We didn't get to grips. We emphasised to them that they like to hit the ball in behind. And if we don't put ourselves in the right areas, it allows them to get the march on us and get in behind us. And then all of a sudden we get stretched. So that was extremely disappointing, because most of the time that I've been here, we have been fairly competitive. And for that first 30 minutes, we were nowhere near it. And but you know, I have to give them credit in terms of the last 15 minutes. We created a couple of chances. We started to win some balls of that first half. And the second half, without actually having great quality of play in terms of endeavour and character, it was a bit more what I would expect from us. And I was pleased because, to my knowledge, I don't think they created one chance in the second half. Albeit we didn't create a great deal either, but we stuck with it. You know, young Morgie's put an unbelievable ball in for John Sutton, and he's made a career out of that. So we're pleased, but we threw caution to the wind as well. We went with 3 at the back, and which gave us an extra forward as well on the pitch. So the gamble paid off.
You mentioned they're not being happy about the first half an hour. What do you say to the players at half time when you go in 1-0 down?
Listen, I know it's a family programme we have here. You've basically got to tell them they've got to have a wee bit of kahunas about them. You know, they've got to, this is a derby, emphasising this. The League Cup's gone, which we've got a lot of possession against certain teams. This is a different ball game. You've got to roll your sleeves up and you've got to match it. So that has to be the first, character of the players. They've got to be competitive. They've got to kind of have a desire to win tackles. And if they don't do that, then that's what happens the first half. Then we find ourselves, we can never quite get close to anyone. And you emphasise to the players how important set plays are as well. I said to you before, for and against, and we concede. We let them know that Aware is a threat, and yeah, it's a free header. So, you know, there's a kind of, because of the squad and some of them are relatively young, it's about understanding when to concede free kicks in which areas, and then when you ever do that, you have to then have a kind of cleverness so that Aware that doesn't get a free run. It's all the kind of fundamental basics that we have to improve on.
And you mentioned as well, young Lewis Morgan setting up the goal, signed a new contract this week. How happy were you with his contribution today?
Oh, listen, he was great. Listen, he wasn't getting a lot of joy over on the left, and you know, some of his balls into the box weren't particularly great. But what you have to say is he stuck to his task, and he's just put an absolute delicious ball at the back post. It was lovely. He was Big John to attack it. And with a wee bit of care from the wider areas, we may well have, you know, got a nicked a result, I would say.
You brought on John Sutton, but you also managed to bring on Tom Walsh and Ryan Hardy. How good is it to have maybe that kind of ability to bring off the bench?
No, absolutely. We didn't have that option last year, and we've got options now. That's the reason why we threw another one up front. We sacrificed Gary at the back, and it allows you to then just kind of get a wee bit of momentum. And thankfully, it paid off for us today.
And in terms of the transfer window, is your budget gone now? Is there nothing else you can do, or are you kind of hoping?
No, we have maxed out. We've spent what we've got, and so listen, we've still got 3 or 4 players who are still to come up to speed fitness-wise. You know, we've still got Rocco, Gary, McKenzie, Ben, Gordon still to come up to speed as well. So there's 1 or 2 things that can maybe still give us other options as well. But we, listen, we're pleased with the point. It was important that the fans went away knowing that we were kind of at least digging in, if nothing else.
And how do you anticipate next week going against a tough Raith Rovers side?
I'll be the same. I've yet to be involved in a game in this level where we've been 3 or 4 up. It hasn't been that way for us. It's much of a muchness. Because of the budget we have, it is much of a muchness. And we need to be competitive. That has to be the first. That must be the first thing about the team. They must be competitive. They must put their foot in. I know we've got nice footballers, but you have to earn the right to play football as well.